Hey guys, it's Ryan here with DP Marketing.Services and author of the book on digital marketing for plumbing and HVAC contractors. How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in for another video. Today, here, I'm gonna put this over here, it's my notes. This is the behind the scenes, the fancy stuff, guys. You don't get to see very often. Today, we're gonna be talking about something that we see a lot of shops and contractors struggle with. And if you've watched our channel for long, you know that we work with HVAC and plumbing contractors, actually internationally, outside the US also. We help them get their marketing right, fix their digital presence, make more money, work on their business systems, and just overall become more profitable so they can grow their business, have the dream kind of situation they want to, take care of their guys, have your guys be happy. And so a lot of what we do as a service is obviously the marketing side. It's in the marketing services. But you can't do marketing without some business acumen chops for your business. It doesn't matter how solid your marketing is. There is a saying that great marketing makes a bad product fail faster. So if your company is a bad product, good marketing it's just gonna suck for you. So for us, one of the things when we talk with guys around the country is questions on how to price their jobs, how to price plumbing jobs, how to price HVAC jobs. And typically it seems like this goes into one of two buckets. So if you're just starting out your business, chances are you work for someone else, you saw what they were doing and you go, I don't want to charge that price, or I feel like it's not fair. And so you think I'm going to undercut them on price. Or maybe you're watching this and you're a more established company, been around for a while, you get more guys and you go, okay, we have this dialed in, but maybe we don't know, maybe use a thing like Profit Rhino or New Flat Rate. There's several options out there. The question comes down to still, how do you price your plumbing jobs? Generally speaking, and you should probably know this by now, even accidentally, there are two main ways that contractors bill for their services and charge their time. The first is going to be what's called time and materials. A lot of smaller shops do this. Time and materials, basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's going to take me 2 hours to do the job. I'm going to have this much in on parts, and let's throw in 20, 30, 40, whatever percent on profit. And that's my price. And a lot of guys do that. And if you're a one-man shop and you always want to stay a one-man shop, time and materials is not awful. It's fine, it's simple, it's easy to calculate. If you are wanting to grow your business, it is probably the worst pricing method you could do. It's very ineffective for helping you feed your business. The other model, which we are proponents of, is flat rate. So some sort of book. You can make your own book. There's other books you can purchase or borrow. So the real difference is going to be time and materials. You're just trying to cover your time that's there. You might say, I'm $100 an hour, $200 an hour, really doesn't matter. The problem is it doesn't really take your business health into account. It doesn't take callbacks into account. It doesn't take your tax burden into account. It doesn't take your insurance, your license fees into account. It doesn't take the overhead you need to hire someone to answer the phones, to keep them busy and keep them paid. It doesn't pay for you for making sure that, hey, when your seasonality comes in, so if you're an HVAC shop, if it's fall, it's gonna get slow. If you're doing time and materials, that doesn't account for the fact that it's naturally going to get slow. On the other side, if you do flat rate, it takes all those things into account. And so you're basically saying, hey, in the busy season, you have plenty of margin built into your pricing that covers your taxes, covers your payroll, covers your overhead expenses, so that when it slows down, even though it might not look like you're making money, you have plenty of cushion that's going there. And so there are resources available for like purchasing a flat rate book price. Even if you do that, so even if you do something like Profit Rhino or New Flat Rate or whatever other options, you can still do this yourself. If you're comfy with going through your financials and doing Excel, you can actually calculate what your overhead needs to be and what your break-even point needs to be, and then what your margins need to be. We actually have a step-by-step guide that I'll link in the description below, so you can actually do this yourself. And no matter what you do, I still recommend that you review those numbers at least every 3 months. So if you're transitioning from time and materials to flat rate, every 3 months, go through, review your volume, review your profits, review your margins on those, make sure that everything is healthy. If your volume was lower than what you forecast, then you need to adjust your margins on your flat rate to compensate. Everything in flat rate is based on volume over time. So if your volume over time is trending where it should be, you're fine. If there's a variance that takes you below where it needs to be, then all of your other math needs to compensate to bring it back up. Flat rate pricing, in my honest to goodness opinion, is the only way, it is the best way, it is the simplest way to help guarantee that you have cash flow on hand to help fuel your business's growth. Now here's the big caveat, and this is true, by the way, if you have time and materials or flat rate. The temptation is, as a contractor, when you see the money start coming in, you tend to think that it's yours to grab. And that's not the case. So when you see money coming in the bank account, you see it sitting there, your thought is to go, well, heck, let's go get that new truck we've been waiting on, or let's get that new hydrojetter, or let's go wrap something. That is usually one of the dumbest mistakes that you can make, because in the idea of a flat rate is you build up this fat in the bank account that sits there so that when it becomes seasonally slow, it's going to happen. You will slow down with seasonality, that you have cash reserves to pull out of. You're never having to go into emergency reserves accounts. You're never having to get extra lines of credit. The cash is there. So even though you see the cash sitting in your account, unless it's a budgeted expense that you knew about before, don't touch it. Leave it alone, let it sit. If you're smart with money, find a way to invest it and then get it back short. But you always want to make sure that that money is on hand for what it's designed to do, which is designed to cover payroll in the slow season, cover marketing in the slow season. All these expenses that you have on a recurring basis, flat rates, the whole model is designed to help you do that. So my encouragement to you, if you are currently trying to figure out how to price your work by going out and just calculating time and materials, stop. Click on the link below, read how to do your own flat rate model, or look into another option of something that would do this. Ideally, there's going to be books that integrate into whatever sort of dispatch software you use. Service Titan, if you do Skyboss, or whatever the software is. The easier you can make it for you and your guys to actually have that run, the better. But still, the point is, know your numbers, review your numbers at least quarterly, and see what happens for you. So that's it. How to price your plumbing business. Do it quarterly, flat rate your pricing. Do it yourself if you can. Use another tool if you must. I'd love to know what your thought is. Sorry, something is beeping behind me. Leave a comment below. As always, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you next time.